If you're a dentist and confused which endodontic cases to treat in a single visit and which to treat in multiple visits, then this video is for you. If you're new to the channel, my name is Siju Jacob. I've been a private practitioner for the past 25 years in Bangalore and Dubai. I've been using a surgical microscope in my private practice for more than 20 years. And in addition to private practice, I've been teaching dentists how to use a surgical microscope in everyday clinical practice for more than a decade. Today, we are going to talk about the one topic that's been debated for years, ever since the history of endodontics: single visit versus multiple visit endodontics. I'm going to share with you the protocols that I use in my clinical practice to decide which cases to treat in a single visit and which cases to treat in multiple visits. By the way, I've put together a short PDF which you can download for free. I've put the link in the description below summarizing all the protocols that you can use to decide between single visit versus multiple visit. Do check out the link in the description below. This is a topic that's been debated a lot, and there are clinicians who are on either side of the spectrum. There are some clinicians who do every case in multiple visit, and there are other clinicians who prefer to do virtually every case in a single visit. In fact, I have a friend of mine who even does abscess cases in a single visit. Even when the tooth is draining, he would wait for some time for the drainage to get over, and then he would obturate in the same visit. So you have clinicians like that on one side of the spectrum, and on the other side, you have clinicians who do even straightforward vital cases in multiple visits. So the right path is somewhere in between, not to take polar opposites where you do every case in single visit and on the other hand you do every case in multiple visits. The correct methodology is somewhere in between. So I'm going to share my own protocol or what I do in my own clinical practice. Let's start with the cases that I always do in a single visit. Now, when it comes to vital teeth, if I see that the teeth is vital, then I try and finish these cases in a single visit. However, there are some exceptions, and those are usually the cases which are transitioning from irreversible pulpitis to necrosis. So when you test the tooth, these are vital, but when you access the tooth, you find that a lot of the pulp tissue has become non-vital, but apically you find some pulp tissue which is sort of vital, and these are extremely sensitive to touch as well, and you get some sort of a foul odor. So those kind of cases which are technically still vital, but I prefer to treat them in multiple visit. Apart from that, almost every vital case I would do in a single visit. Now let's look at some of those situations where I prefer not to do single visit endodontics. One of the first situations is when I have some sort of a technical difficulty. So there might be a case where I anticipate to do it in one session, but midway through the procedure, I realize or I find something which I hadn't anticipated. For example, the tooth could be very calcified. For example, there could be some sort of a curvature which I wasn't expecting, or sometimes the patient has a very limited mouth opening. So what would be a straightforward procedure in a tooth which had adequate mouth opening ends up being a little more difficult when the patient has limited mouth opening. So these sort of situations where I didn't anticipate that it would take that long, then I would leave that door open to do these in multiple sessions rather than a single session. The second clinical scenario where I would opt for multiple visit endodontics is when the patient has acute apical periodontitis. So if the patient walks into the clinic and you can barely touch the tooth, the minute you touch the tooth and the patient literally jumps off. So the patient has acute apical periodontitis. So I find that in my own experience that these sort of cases, it is always better to obturate once the tenderness goes away. Of course, there are exceptions to the rule, but with a lot of trial and error, when I find that a tooth is acutely tender on percussion or even to touch. So these sort of cases, I would clean shape, put calcium hydroxide, wait for a week or even 2 weeks till the acute tenderness subsides, and then I would obturate these sort of cases. So that's the other exception. Even if the tooth is vital sometimes and the tooth has apical periodontitis, then I would treat these cases in multiple sessions rather than a single session. Third scenario where I would opt for multiple visit endodontics is teeth with periapical lesions. Now, when teeth have periapical lesions, there are a lot of clinicians who feel that we can do these in single visits, and I have done this myself for a very long time, but the problem is that once you take a chance and fill these cases, if the patient has some sort of a flare-up, then you aren't left with many options other than maybe retreatment or surgery. And both of these take a lot more time than just waiting an extra session to complete the process. And there are some clinicians who follow the school of thought that you clean and shape, and even if there's a periapical lesion, if the canals are dry at the end of cleaning and shaping, then you can obturate. Well, this is not entirely true because I have seen lots of cases where I clean shape and the canal seems to be absolutely dry. I put some calcium hydroxide, close it, and when I bring the patient back after a couple of weeks, I see drainage from the canal. So in a situation where there wasn't any drainage at the end of session 1, we see drainage in the end of session 2. So these sort of cases, if you don't do this in multiple sessions, then we end up having surgery as the only option, or sometimes doing a retreatment, which again takes more time. So rather than take a chance with teeth with periapical lesions, I would prefer to do these in multiple sessions rather than a single session. So that's the third instance where I would do multiple visit endodontics. The fourth instance that I would do multiple visit endodontics is in case of retreatment cases. Now, cases which have already been treated once and the patient is come back with some sort of a problem, we should always assume that there was some sort of a procedural difficulty which prevented the previous clinician from doing a proper job. So that's one instance. The second instance is that, let's say a tooth has been treated properly and the patient has a periapical lesion. Then the biofilms that are there, the bacteria, are not really predictable as it is in a regular routine vital case. So we should be humble enough to understand that we don't really understand the disease model of endodontics in totality. So we should always give some benefit of doubt because we don't really know which direction this is going. So it always pays to not be overconfident and do these in multiple visits. This is my personal opinion. So when it comes to retreatment, I would go slow. I would do the first session where I would plan it into some sort of a disassembly session and clean shape and put some sort of calcium hydroxide inside and then recall and leave that door open where I might obturate in the second session, or sometimes I might even have a third session. So I would rarely do retreatment cases in a single visit. The only time I would probably take a chance is when there isn't any periapical lesion, and the only reason for doing retreatment is when the clinician has planned some sort of a revision in terms of indirect restoration, where the reason for retreatment is not really periapical infection, but the fact that the gutta percha is leaking, or the dentist was planning for some sort of a definitive restoration and they found that the existing endodontic therapy was not performed adequate enough. So those sort of cases I would probably take a chance with single visit endodontics in retreatment cases. But most of the cases that we see in everyday clinical practice, retreatment cases, I prefer to do it in multiple sessions. So that's the fourth instance where I would do multiple sessions. So in a nutshell, those are some of the clinical instances where I personally prefer to do multiple visit endodontics rather than single visit endodontics. Of course, every clinician knows that there are instances when we have to deviate from standard protocols because we can't standardize patients or dentistry. Every human being is different, every anatomy is different, every clinical scenario is different. But what we discussed just now could give you some sort of a guideline or some sort of standard protocol to have in your clinic when it comes to deciding which cases to treat in a single visit and which to treat in multiple visits. Like I mentioned, I've put together a free PDF which you can download for free. You can check out the link in the description below. You can take a printout and keep it in your clinic as a reference manual whenever you are debating whether to treat some case in single visit or multiple visit. If you enjoy content like this, then don't forget to click on that subscribe button so that you get notified every time I upload a new video, which is usually every Sunday. And if you enjoy more videos like this, you can check out some of my old videos I've uploaded on my channel that's coming up over here. I'll see you next week with another video. Till then, take care. Thanks for watching.